Pankaj, sip Shair, sip Tina, sip Ace, sip Rajinder, sip Sudeep, sip Krishna, sip I am nothing, sip Bliko, sip Sophia, sip Chidanand, sip Krishan, sip Anil, sip Komal, sip Vanita, and the rest of you whom I cannot see. I welcome you to the call and I invite you to an interesting session. And the session is called How Difficult Is It to Become Enlightened? The session is called How Difficult Is It to Be Enlightened? Who can start the session? I have nobody's hand up still. But you all have what Girish told yesterday, starting trouble. And Girish, there is starting trouble only because we have switched off. Good question. There's no switching off. Then why starting trouble? No, don't switch off. Remain. Rajender, Krishna, Shair. Rajender, Krishna. That's the order I have. You three. Rajender, Krishna, and Shair. Yes, please.
Shubham sir. Shubham sir. I have 3 points just to see why it is difficult, why it becomes difficult. Because yeah. Before coming to call, what was my opinion about all these things? Now, last point, I have some different opinion. 3 points are: number one is lack of faith, not believing that enlightenment can be so normal, a normal reality. ये भी हो सकता है क्योंकि we have seen that Babaji's and in jungles and doing all these things, तो कुछ थोड़ा सा faith नहीं होती है develop. Number two, इस enlightenment की main जो emphasis है, it is on detachment as human existence, but we say nothingness. So sometimes it seems unrealistic. ये भी हो सकता है because when we live in, we found that illusory mind, which, as you say, we cannot find. Thus creates a separate identity of our being. वो mind से हमारा वो identity बन जाती है, and we start working as eccentric only, and without, and it can't be done without an enlightened master, क्योंकि वो strike करेगा mind and ego पे ही आदमी की, तभी आ सकता है, समझ सकता है आदमी ये reality क्या है. उसके बाद है number third point is that it also becomes difficult to reconcile that samsara is an unrealistic reality. ये दिखता है तो हमें साक्षी लेकिन है ये unrealistic reality जो हमें समझ आता है अब इस काल पे आगे, पहले पता नहीं था, 6 महीने पहले difficult था understand करना. So it is, and we remain clinging to it. Now my last point is my opinion, sir. My opinion is that if you are mumukshu and have a die-hard yearning for God, and with the grace of God and with the Guru, and you have integrity towards your Guru, he will strike the first thing which you have done to me, my mind and ego. वो समझाएगा बात क्या है. ये जो जन्म से आता है, हजारों जन्म से माइंड ईगो आया है, इसी पे वो वार करेगा. जब वो वार करेगा देन तो वो जीत जाएगा गुरु, क्योंकि he will be enlightened. तो जब वो जीत जाएगा तो मेरी my way, my path, I will try to pave the way of the process of enlightenment.
Okay.
ऐसा है मेरा कहना.
So I'm asking you one more question. I'm asking one half short sentence. How difficult is it to become enlightened?
Now, as per my last opinion, I have given the opinion. It is not.
Now I'm asking you in one line.
It can be difficult. It can be difficult, but not impossible.
Thank you. So I want answer. You see what I'm telling you? Even a person like you, Rajender, who is so advanced in the last 6 months, the mind makes you confused.
Yes, sir.
Now also you are completely got confused. I'm asking you to think with consciousness. What is the meaning of enlightened? Stop. Don't answer. Second round. But listen to everybody's answer. Then you be in consciousness. मैं आपसे एक question पूछ रहा हूँ because आपका mind, आपके answer सब correct है. जो भी आपने बोला सब correct है. But you're answering different questions. एक question paper में मैं जब student था, I was in student, and the question in the history paper was explain the conquest of Akbar. तो मैंने लिखा explain the administrative reforms of Alauddin. तो मैंने लिखा. Afterwards, I went and told the teacher, why you're giving me 0 marks? She told, because in Akbar you've written Alauddin answer, in Alauddin you've written Akbar answer. How can I give you the marks?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Krishna.
Yes, sir.
Krishna.
I should have.
Please think.
I should have. It's not difficult. It is not difficult. I should have told like that. Okay, sir. Okay.
Krishna. Bolo.
Sir Shivoham sir, it is not
Shivoham.
difficult. It is not difficult, but it is not easy too. Because
Why?
the Guru is
Why it is not difficult and why it is not easy?
It's not difficult because the Guru is simplifying us, he's clarifying. But I think to switch on, we need more commitment, more dedication, more devotion, and it should be our only priority.
Good. So Krishna's answer, I like it very straightforward because it's not difficult, she says. What is to be enlightened? I think Krishna understands. I'm waiting for everybody to be clear about it because the problem is in this call, although every day we talk of enlightenment, 80% don't know what is enlightenment. So we have to be clear. The mind will confuse us. I told Rajendra, mind is talking about liberation. Mind is talking about so many other things. Enlightenment is not liberation. Let us be clear. Terminology must be very clear. But Krishna has given, I find it very confusing when you say, I asked my friend, do you like ice cream? And the answer was, I love ice cream, but I also hate ice cream. Now that becomes difficult to understand. So there have to be clarity. But good, I like your answer, Shayar. Let us, this is not the end of the discussion. We are going on. Shayar and then Chidanand. Shayar, Raji and Chidanand. Yes. Shayar.
Sir, Shivam.
Shivam.
2 answers.
Bolo. Question is clear, no? Question is, how difficult is it to become enlightened? Bolo.
It is zero difficult to become enlightened because once you know what is enlightenment, then there is no difficulty in that.
Okay.
Second is, the word difficult also is the answer. The fee you pay to the cult that you have joined will make it difficult.
Means?
The fee cult. The fee you pay to the cult, If you are into a cult, they will never allow you to become enlightened.
Oh my. The fee you pay to the cult. कुछ तो बोल देते शायर आपने अभी क्या ये the fee cult क्या बोल रहा आपने? Okay.
They will never allow you to become enlightened. They will have a nariyal photo, ye karo, wo karo, wo karo, wo karo. They will never allow.
But that's your choice. Now you want to be ignorant, you be ignorant. You be ignorant and you die. Just today, I was asking an enlightened master. I was speaking to an enlightened master. And I asked the enlightened master, what is the difficulty? Is it Sat or is it Chit? I asked the enlightened master, what is the difficulty? Is it Sat or Chit? It means, are you having a problem with the truth? Or are you having a problem with the consciousness of the truth? So this can sometimes help us to reach the answer. But let us, Raji and Chidanand. Thank you, Shayad. Raji, we still don't have the clear answer to this. How difficult, and today you will get the answer. Today we will find the answer. How difficult is it to become enlightened?
Sure.
Today we will get the answer. Raji, Chidanand, Deepti.
Shivoham Guruji. Actually, we are already enlightened only, but it is fully covered with avidya and maya. Once you remove it, we are already in the shining this one, but it is fully covered with this worldly this one. So we are already enlightened. Just we have to remove that avidya and ignorance. So we are already enlightened only. It is already shining in it. We have to just remove those things by with maya, and it is covered with maya. So we have to just remove that maya. We are already enlightened.
How difficult is it?
We are already enlightened only. We have to just remove it. Remove the avidya.
How difficult to remove avidya and maya? How difficult?
It requires practice. We have to practice a lot. It is difficult. Practice. We have to practice.
You are making a simple thing difficult today.
Correct. It is very.
You are making a simple thing difficult.
Yes, we are already angry. We have to just remove that avidya. Correct.
No, but that is you're making by saying that you're making difficult.
Yes.
What is easy? Removing avidya and maya is easy, or
No.
switching on the light is easy?
Both are difficult.
Chidanand, let me hear. Let me hear. I want to understand why you feel it's difficult. Come back to me, because if you enter your room and the room is dark, you have to switch on the light. Is it difficult? Why do you feel it is difficult? I don't understand why you feel it is difficult. I really don't understand. But I would like to know. Chidanand. Chidanand, Deepti, Rajendra. Sound right round two. Show him, Chidanand.
The question is how difficult it is and not why it is difficult. The question is how difficult, it is not at all difficult. But if you say why it is difficult, it's because we are saddled with ignorance and we don't know, because we require a guru for that. So in absence of a guru and living in ignorance, it is difficult. Because why it is difficult? Because we are born in that state of ignorance. But
So how
once
difficult?
that ignorance is,
How difficult is it?
it is not at all difficult. Once
So
you
then
know, once
now-
your ignorance goes, it is basically you don't know the distinction between consciousness and mind, and because of this confusion, you think it is difficult. But once the confusion is removed because of jnana, which is provided by grace of God and guidance of the Guru, you suddenly realize, oh, it was there all the time. So how difficult? If I wear my specs up like this and start searching, I will never get it. It's difficult to get it. Moment I know it is here, hey, what is this? So
But
why it is
Chidanand-
difficult? Because of ignorance and no proper guidance. How difficult it is not at all difficult. Because it is always there. Praptasya prapti, nivrittasya nivritti. It is always there. You are always enlightened. But because of ignorance, you are not realized. That's why we call it realization. There's nothing to do. It is just to remove your jnana. Now that becomes
Today when-
difficult in absence of circumstances.
Today, when Jigyasu.
So why is difficult? Yes.
No, we
Because
are
of
asking
our
why.
ignorance.
No, we are not asking why.
How
We are
difficult?
asking-
Straight answer, it is not at all difficult because you are already having it. Where is a question of difficulty? It's a question of realization.
So the next question we will touch before end of today's session is removing the word difficult. It is. How difficult it is to become enlightened. We'll remove how difficult it is. How to become enlightened. So I'm sure we have time for that. Let me quick, I will not take Rajendra because it's down to, okay, we'll take quick answer. I want to give you my view on this.
Namaskar,
Deepti,
sir.
Rajendra, Stokeshini, Bliko, Girish.
Namaskar,
And then
sir.
we will try to get to it. Yes, Deepti, namaskar. Bolo.
Sir, if I talk about the enlightenment somehow is already inside us because when God created us, God has already given us the power of enlightenment. But actually, the thing is that we have a curtain in front of our eyes, which we like we can call it like kam, krodh, moh, maya, ahamkar. So we are already running after all this desire, the worldly desire. So we just forget about the enlightenment things and to just light that enlightenment and get to know what exactly it is and come to our pure consciousness. For that, actually the difficult time is like it's not easy to get the master who is actually an enlightenment in this time, in this worldly in this time, so many masters are available in the market, you can say. Many gurus will be available in the market, but all of them, hardly 1% or 2% would be the one those are actually providing you the right knowledge. Those can actually help you to take out you from the darkness and bring you into the light. So this is the, I really feel like this is a difficult time, this is a difficulty. We are not able to get this enlightenment due to this all this samskara and about the right knowledge because of our master. We don't have the master, the right guru, sir.
So I think some of you are again confused. Thank you, Deepti. Some of
Thank
you
you,
are
sir.
again confusing. You all are saying we are already enlightened. Now you are saying wrong words. If you say you are already enlightened, then you don't need enlightenment, right? You're already enlightened. But you say, I'm already enlightened, but my enlightenment is covered. That means you are not enlightened. The moment you have enlightenment, but you say it's covered with maya and covered with krodha, lobha, moha, that means we are not enlightened. It may be like some of you are saying, it may be easy. For example, you enter the room Suppose you enter the room and light is off. You switch on the light. There is tang tong, light comes on. You've got light. Now you switch on the light and there is no light. It is 10 o'clock in the night. Girish switches on the light and there's no light. So Girish goes with a torch. He on the torch and he sees the bulb is fused. Now shop is closed. Now where to find the bulb? So there's darkness. So Girish says, okay, now what to do? There's darkness. So Girish finds a candle and he switches on the light with the candle. Try to understand when we are talking of this light, how difficult it is to become enlightened. What is this enlightenment? Some people can't even say enlightenment. How is it difficult to become enlightened? We have to be clear. So Sukeshini, Bliko, Girish, Sophia, and then Rajendra. Sukeshini.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
If you get a guru to show you the way, the enlightenment path is easy, of course, but to maintain that enlightenment throughout, if you are not in awareness, then it becomes difficult.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Bliko. Somebody asked me a question, Bliko. How difficult is it to catch in cricket? How difficult it is to take a catch? So I said, you have to hold, when the ball comes, you have to catch. But when the ball is coming, they are standing like this. Then the ball comes and hits their chest and they get hurt. And then they blame, oh, so difficult to catch. You did not put your hand in front. Why are you blaming the game? Bliko.
Sivoham, everybody, Sivoham. So if enlightenment is easy, everybody would have become enlightened. Okay. So my first submission is that enlightenment is to become enlightened is not easy for everybody. Otherwise, everybody would have been enlightened. Even on the path of spirituality, the goal is to become enlightened. But how many people get it? That is a question. So it is a process, and the guru is must, and the guidance has to be followed by the disciple in consciousness and defeating mind all the time, until you get enlightened. And then to maintain it, you have to remain in that consciousness. Then only you can remain enlightened. And the spiritual, 8 step of spiritual evolution that is required. You cannot stop, and So
good. Very good answer. I think Krishna gave a good answer. Krishna, would you like to repeat your answer? Do you remember your answer, Krishna? What you said? Do you just repeat your answer, Krishna? Krishna, let Krishna repeat the answer, please.
Sir, I said it is easy if you can follow the guru with more commitment, devotion, and dedication. And you need to switch off on the light. I think so. I said that. So, and it should be the only priority. We have many other priorities, no? So that is we can. And I want to add one more sentence now after hearing, because earlier you had a talk how coal is converted into diamond. So I like a quote. A diamond is a coal which never gave up. So we have to be on the path, steadfast.
I don't know who told something about it is easy and difficult. I don't know who told that. I'm not sure who.
I said it is not difficult, but it is not easy too.
So you told that, right? I thought you told something like that. It is not easy, but it is not difficult. Is what you said?
I said it is not difficult, but for us it is not easy too.
Chidanand, you said something like that. What did Chidanand say? Chidanand, please. I'm just trying to get to some level of understanding. Chidanand.
Yeah, I said it is when you ask the question why it is difficult, and there are reasons why it is difficult. But how difficult it is not that difficult, because once you have the right guidance, if you think it is, it is obvious.
Okay, thank you, Girish and Sophia. Girish, Sophia, and then we have new Sulochana. Sulochana is new, I think. Girish, Sophia, Sulochana, Krishan, and then of course Rajendra round 2. Yes.
Enlightenment is not doing. So you cannot become enlightened. You have enlightenment is when you replace doing with being. You have to be enlightened. You can become a politician tomorrow. You can become a husband tomorrow by marrying. You can become single again by divorcing. But you cannot become enlightened. You have to be
You
enlightened.
already are. Yeah.
And so how difficult it is to be enlightened?
Difficult is because by doing something, I will become enlightened. That's why it is not only difficult, but also impossible. You have to be.
If one is not enlightened, how can you be enlightened? What you're saying is for
by
somebody
the
who's
guidance of the Guru,
no.
What it means by enlightenment, we have to follow the path.
Please reflect. For somebody who's already enlightened, you don't have to become, because you're already enlightened. Then you have to be enlightened, be enlightened, be enlightened, be enlightened. But if you are not enlightened, how will you be enlightened?
By realizing that enlightenment is my core nature.
That is then by drop. So you then still you have to drop the ignorance. You have to overcome the myth.
Yes.
So we are, as Girish, we are not trying to get into grammar here, but the challenge is still, Girish, how difficult it is. Are you telling it's difficult or easy? Forget about being and becoming. We will leave that aside today.
If one considers that it is difficult, it will be impossible for him. If he considers it as easy, some or the other day, he may
achieve it. Okay, so today, Girish and the rest of the group, today we are trying to get a realistic answer. Everybody in this call wants enlightenment. Many people are enlightened, some are some people think they are partly enlightened. Some people think they are I told you, enlightenment is either you are enlightened or you're not enlightened. You may have partly realizations and you may have some part 30% realization, 50% realization. But the moment you are 100 enlightened, Satya, Sat, then you are in the Chitta of Sat. That means you are Buddh. But to reach that state of Buddh, you have to, Girish, not just be Buddh, you have to become Buddh. Because then you be. Once you become Buddh, you don't have to do, there's no doing. Because you're already enlightened. Then there is no more doing. Doing comes to an end. Then being starts. But for group people who are going to be here, they have to read, they have to study, they have to attend Zoom call, they have to do many things. A lot of effort. Let me thank you, Girish. Thank you, Sophia, Sulochana, Krishan, Atmatray. And then second round, Rajendra and Chidanand. Sophia, unmute. Sophia, unmute.
Hello.
Yes.
I bow down to SIP and AIR and everybody. Thank you so much. I feel it is very, very easy. It is not difficult at all. Enlightenment is easy if we realize.
Why it's very, very easy?
Yeah, for me, I feel that now, as we know, we are realizing that I am only soul. I am God. I am a being of divine light and power. I am not a body, mind, and ego. I have left everything. So all my karmas I have left, and rebirth also, and always in consciousness. I want to be always in consciousness and Sachidanand, and always in happy mode, and hello.
Yeah, your
Always
voice
thankful.
is very yeah. So tell me, you are saying it's very, very easy, but before you joined this call, were you enlightened?
No, little bit I was doing all this, but after you, I'm joining you, sir. Really, I'm saying that I'm more into this. I'm 100% enlightened.
Thank you. How long you been on this call now? How many weeks or months?
More than 1 month.
Okay.
More
So
than
if,
2 months.
if
More
Sophia
than-
says that 1 or 2 months she has come on this call and she has been able to, then it's like making ice cream in the house. Okay, let us let us wait. Sulochana, welcome Sulochana, and tell us your answer or you have a question. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
I personally feel that this enlightenment depends, like the difficulty, it depends on the person itself who is choosing this path. So,
Okay.
like this is my first time on this call, so that is the opinion I would like to keep forward. Like it completely depends on the person itself, the dedication they have towards it, the focus, the situation they are placed in. I would say multiple parameters defines it, but it's just the oneself itself, the one who is choosing the path.
So how much have you reached the level of enlightenment?
I would say I've not stepped. I'm just still waiting to get a chance to step inside it. So I wouldn't say
But
like I don't have. Yeah, yes, sir.
But you feel it's easy.
No. It depends on the person itself. Like if I am focused and if I can do it, if I give my heart and soul into it, then it might. So I'm not in a place to say whether it is difficult or easy, but I feel it depends on the person.
Since you're a new person on the call, can I ask you what you understand by enlightenment?
So for me, I would say like we normally are attached to materialistic things. We believe that this body, this what we have now, like Sulochana, this identity is what is true, is what is reality. So according to me, I feel when I realize that there is something above this, beyond this, above everything, is a place where a person reaches enlightenment.
Okay, good. Thank you, Sulochana. Thank you for your welcome to the call. And thank you. Doctor, thank you. Dr. Krishan. Krishan and Atmatrai.
Shivam Guruji, according to me, enlightenment is not a difficult task. For to be enlightenment, you have to be live life you as a yogi. For that, you have to be firstly you have to be in consciousness. If you are in consciousness, then there is no mind. Then you have to be realization. For realization, you must know one thing: who am I? Only a guru can guide you and he can teach you who are you. Then if you able to find the answer who am I, you are not this mind, body and ego, then with the grace of guru and you got realization, self-realization and god realization. This is the simple path of enlightenment, which is not a difficult task.
Thank you. So what is beautiful in this call is there are so many people who have become masters. And the challenge is how many people have become masters with knowledge and how many people are actually enlightened and how many people are actually living the enlightenment. And so there are many questions. And for me, the big challenge is how can I help you all to become enlightened? I cannot, many of you think that, a lot of people think, I think was it Will? What did he call that method that I can transmission? Transmission. I can, Girish, I am making you enlightened through transmission. Girish, ready? Switch on your Bluetooth. Come on, I am sending transmission. Enlightenment, ready? Switch on Bluetooth. Press the button. And so I tried to explain, and I don't mean to be offensive, but Will is a very supportive person, so Will understands. I think Will is on the call today also. And Will taught me about this. I did not know this meaning of transmission. It was a new concept. Will only taught me. He told me, Guruji, can we do transmission? Like, some people, they don't believe how you can transfer a photograph by wireless. Up to 5 years back, if you told somebody by Wi-Fi, I can transfer, they will say, you're mad, fool, mad fellow, man. Put wire. How can you transfer by photo enough on one mobile, another mobile? No wire. Mad? Now you don't think you're mad. Now you think it's Wi-Fi, mister. Bluetooth, mister. So, my dear friends, let us see where we are reaching. We have got Atmatrai sir, and then Ru Mataji, and then Bala, and then Rekha. Round 2, we've seen Rajendra and Chidanand is in round 2. Atmatrai.
Sure, to all. Sir, to be enlightened, is more difficult than reaching to the top of Mountain Everest.
I like your answer. Okay, good. Why you say like that, Atmatray? Why you say like that?
I've seen so many people are trying for enlightenment, but one in lakhs get it.
So you're saying
If
very
it,
difficult. Are you telling
yes,
me
yes, it is really top most difficult task in the world.
No, sir, I
think
don't
so.
agree with you. I don't agree with you, sir.
Okay.
If
But
Atmatray, it is difficult. I agree with you. I agree with you. It is difficult.
Yeah.
I also agree with some people. Some people said it is very easy.
And
How it is very easy? If it is very easy,
no,
then
it
you
is
should
not
eat
easy,
like
sir.
ice cream. Nah. Then you should
Yes,
eat it
yes,
like ice cream. No.
Correct.
It is not very easy.
Correct.
It is not difficult. So according to me, before I hand over to the next group, it is not easy. It is not difficult. It is not easy. It is not difficult.
Okay.
It needs effort. It needs guru. You know Atmatray, what it needs. You know the answer, or you don't know the answer?
Yes. I want to continue answer.
The answer.
It is difficult, but
answer.
one
Answer. You know the answer.
Yes. Sir,
What is
I
the
want to
answer?
continue.
Yeah.
Okay, but it is not impossible if one is dedicated on this path of magic.
Now you told the answer. How you told the
Yes,
answer?
sir.
I was waiting for you. How you told the answer now? What is the answer, Atmatray?
It is, but it is not impossible, but one is dedicated on this path of magic.
Magic. What is the answer?
Magic.
Magic. If you are a mumukshu,
okay.
If you are asking,
Correct.
If you have grace of God and guidance of Guru,
right.
If you overcome ignorance and live with intellect,
yes.
If you live with consciousness, enlightenment is guaranteed.
Correct. Yes.
Guaranteed. Now, are you telling me magic is difficult?
Magic seems difficult.
Why?
Because
why? What is difficult in magic?
Many times man gets sleep down.
What is difficult in magic? Tell me. M is difficult. Mumukshu difficult.
No, magic is not difficult. You have told so many times. But while walking on this path, there are many chances of sleeping. And
agree. Why we slip?
Due to mind, sir.
Why you let your mind slip? I also have mind.
Yeah.
Then what happened to my mind?
But you have transcended that.
So why you cannot transcend your mind?
We are trying, sir. Our best. I'm trying.
Okay, thank you, Atmatray. Thank you. But don't say it is difficult, Atmatray.
Okay.
Don't from today onwards change one thing. Don't say it is difficult, like climbing more difficult than Mount Everest. Don't tell like that.
I see.
Atmatray, you gave the right answer out of everybody else. You told the word magic.
Yes.
If you just follow magic,
okay,
you can be enlightened.
Definitely, sir. I'm trying my best.
If you don't follow magic, forget. Then your life will be tragic.
Correct.
You want magic or you want tragic? You decide. It is a simple logic. It is a simple logic. You choose magic or tragic.
Yes. Now we decided, sir. I have decided.
Rumataji, बताइए.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Atmatray. Rumataji. Unmute करो Rumataji. रूम माता जी बताइए क्या चैट में।
प्रणाम गुरुजी। शिवोहम।
शिवोहम बताइए रूम माता जी क्या बोलना, क्या है आपके
गुरुजी,
आंसर।
I feel it is as difficult as to kill the mind when we are not in consciousness.
अरे इसका ये क्या आंसर है रूम माता जी, आप सीधा आंसर दो ना।
गुरुजी, जितना हम माइंड को किल करना डिफिकल्ट समझते हैं उतना ही है
तो क्या आपको माइंड किल करना मुश्किल है कि नहीं? है ही नहीं माइंड, को किल करना क्यों मुश्किल है?
जब कॉन्शियस, व्हेन वी आर नॉट इन कॉन्शियसनेस, तब माइंड आ जाता है ना,
तो
हमें डिस्ट्रॉय करने के
आप
लिए।
दरवाजा क्यों खोलते हैं आप?
खोलना तो नहीं चाहिए।
फिर क्यों खोलते हैं आप? आपको एनलाइटनमेंट नहीं चाहिए?
चाहिए।
फिर
100%।
क्या होगा? और एक चक्कर मारो, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा?
फिर चक्कर ही मारते रह जाएंगे गुरुजी।
तो ये तो आप जानते हैं ना, एक चक्कर की बात नहीं है। हाँ रोमाता जी।
हाँ जी गुरुजी।
अगर फंस गए तो
चक्की पीसिंग एंड पीसिंग।
हाँ तो रुमता जी अभी ये मौका मत खोना।
जी,
you have
बिल्कुल
to be serious about it. Bala,
श्योर गुरुजी, श्योर।
it is
Thank
not
you.
difficult. It is not difficult to become enlightened. That much I am telling you. I hope I will have 2-3 minutes before end of the call to close this matter. No more questions after 8:40, so I can explain. Bala, Rekha, Rajendra. I think Chidanand is gone. Bala, Rekha, Rajendra.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
When there was opposition from everybody, nobody accepts me, and that was the time when that was the time in my life. That was the turning point in my life. सबने मेरे को ऐसे छोड़ दिया था, अकेली रह गई थी, and that turning point, either आत्महत्या या आत्मसाधना. That was I have to choose one path from that, either आत्महत्या or either that. I was gone into stress, Guruji, and that point, that stress, I am thankful to that stress that led me to this path. And then all the people like you met me. कोई गुरु मिलता गया, आगे बढ़ती गई, गुरु मिलता गया, आगे बढ़ती गई. And then whenever I am into the stress, I immediately go back and think कि क्या था. And then that difference leads me कि सब कुछ ये ड्रामा है, ये ट्रॉमा में नहीं अटकना है. And that made my path easy, Guruji.
So how difficult it is to be enlightened?
It is not difficult. When you see samsara as a dukh, then it is दुख ही है. पर वो अगर वो opportunity, as you accept that opportunity कि ये मेरे साथ क्यों हो रहा है, there is some reason behind it, and then you see that reason, then you are thankful to the God. You have gratitude towards God, and that path made me मतलब सब आप जैसे लोग मिलते गए. And when you met, then it was not so easy. मतलब ये easy मतलब difficult नहीं होगा, difficult नहीं था गुरुजी. फिर easy चल होता गया कि ऐसे लगता है ऐसे ऐसे खेल होता है, ऐसे ऐसे होता है.
Thank you Rekha Parwani. Thank you Bala. Rekha.
Shivoham है.
बोल रही.
It's like you're a biggest example that from where you have reached this path, like, so it is not difficult if a person has this yearning, deep yearning, and the talash and is dedicated. It's not difficult. Seeing you, okay. I feel it's not difficult.
Okay, I don't agree with you, just like I don't agree with people who say it is difficult. See, you can't say it is not difficult. You can't say, yeah, you can't say it is not difficult. You can't say it is difficult. You can't say it is not easy. You can't say it is easy.
Yes.
Therefore, enlightenment is possible. And so I know who, one or two people gave a very good answer. I'm not sure who exactly said. It depends on you. It's difficult or it's easy. It's up to you what you do. If you want to be enlightened, it's not difficult. If you don't want to be enlightened, it's impossible. So let us find answer. Rajendra and Chidanand, we close with these two questions, and then I would like to summarize. Rajendra and Chidanand.
Right. So I have one line. If you want primarily to be enlightened, it is not difficult, sir. Primarily, your aim should be to be enlightened. बाकी बात में. then the die-hard yearning will lead the interview towards your guru and the requisite discipline. जो आप magic बोल रहे हैं, discipline वो इसी से आएगा, otherwise नहीं आएगा जब तक कि आप में die-hard yearning नहीं हो इसके लिए. Primary काम यही होगा. और कोई काम जैसे मेरा आज प्राइमरी काम यही है, बाकी भूल जाता है, चावल बनाना, सब्जी करना, वो सब काम यही है.
अभी तो आप खाना बना रहे हैं अपने आप के लिए.
हाँ, अभी बनाया, अब बनाना है, भूल गया बनाना, नहीं सुबह का खत्म हो गया था.
आपकी बीवी गई है श्रीनगर, आपने कहा तो खाना आपको बनाना है.
25 को वापस नहीं, मैंने भेज दिया, गई नहीं बेचारी, मैंने भेज दिया. मैं कहा प्लीज लीव मी, आई वांट टू सी, आई वांट टू टेस्ट माय पर्सनालिटी. Detachment.
Thank you, Chidanand. Thank you, Chidanand. Last question.
Yeah, I just wanted to stress one point, that self-realizations, because there are multiple stages of realizations, that can become difficult in absence of proper guidance. But once the realizations you go through one by one, enlightenment is always happens in a flash. The anubhuti is in a flash. There's no sense of difficulty or easiness is there, because once you have that realization, SIP only is, then you are enlightened.
For 25 years, Chidanand, I was running a business. And for 25 years, I had a favorite quote. And that quote is coming to my mind today. It is a quote by Henry Ford. Henry Ford said, think you can or think you can't. Think you can or think you can't. Both ways you are right.
Yes.
Think you can or think you can't. Both ways you are right. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. If you go outside your house, my dear friends, if you go outside your house for 10 rupees, you will get a poster. Please buy that poster. Girish, have you bought that poster for 10 rupees? It's on everybody's footpath. Every footpath of the Indian city, you will find the poster. It is called Think. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it is almost certain you won't. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man. But sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. I know this poem 30 years back. And I've deleted this poem from my spiritual vocabulary. But today I'm telling you, you want to be enlightened? If you think you can be enlightened, you can. If you think if your mind tells you can't be enlightened, never you will be enlightened. Henry Ford said, think you can or think you can't. Both ways you are right. If you think you can be enlightened, of course you can be enlightened. It's not difficult. If you think you can't be enlightened, impossible. Impossible. Cannot be enlightened. If you ask me, of course you can be enlightened. Enlightenment is not difficult. Liberation is difficult. Liberation is difficult. I am telling you, out of 100% population, you are already 1% who are in the call. You are 1% who are lucky, who are jigyasu, who are seekers. And many of you will be part of the 0.01%, 1 in 10,000 people who know, who realize the truth. But what is difficult to become 0.0001%, 1 in 10 million who are liberated? That is little difficult. 1 in 1 crore people will be liberated. That is not so easy, because in that you have to transcend your senses, transcend your mind, transcend your ego. You have to renounce the passions and obsessions and desires. You have to have detached attachment. Oh, that's not easy. But enlightenment is the theory part. Enlightenment, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You just have to open your real eyes. You have to realize. When did I realize? 31st August 2014. 10 years back. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Sorry. 9 years back. 31st August, I will finish 9 years. So in 9 years, my liberation process has improved drastically. And today I feel completely free. completely liberated. It's not that it's not so easy. I'm still telling you. I'm not telling you what enlightenment. Yeah, no problem. Chuma, you can get it. No, don't think it's so easy. It needs discipline. Like Atmatra said, it is more difficult than climbing Mount Everest. No, it needs magic. You can achieve it. It's worth, but you have to pay the price. What did Shayad say? Shayad said, very easy. Huh? But you have to pay something, he told, pay the fee cult. You have to pay the cult, the fee. Something, some shairi he told. My dear friends, enlightenment means switching on the light of truth. Enlightenment means overcoming ignorance. You better be enlightened. Whether you are liberated or not, separate matter, but enlightenment means being intelligent. You don't want to be intelligent? Enlightenment means overcoming ignorance. You don't want to overcome ignorance? Enlightenment means realizing the truth. You don't want to realize the truth? Enlightenment is not a complicated subject. Enlightenment is like going into your house and switching on the light. Now suddenly you enter the kitchen, no light. Switch on the light. You go to the bathroom, no light. Switch on the light. What is the problem? No, I am lazy. I am very lazy to switch on bathroom and switch on kitchen and switch on storeroom and switch on garden. Then you go to the garden, some fly will bite you. You didn't switch on the light. Enlightenment means complete light. Enlightenment means no darkness. Overcome darkness. And you can't sweep away the darkness from the room with a broom. You need the light. It is not difficult. What Girish also said, once you become enlightened, then Girish is your line. Nowadays, Girish, new rooms, Girish, you don't have to switch on the light. You know, Girish, that new room, you have to switch on the light? No. If you walk, automatic light will come. Wherever you go, network follows. Wherever you go, the light is on. This happens when you are already enlightened, Girish. Then the light is automatically on. No need to switch on light, Girish. You are already enlightened. You don't have to become. Wherever you go, you spread the light. You become the light. You are the light of truth. So, my dear friends, today's session to close is how difficult it is to become enlightened. Not difficult. Not easy. Not difficult. Not easy. It's up to you to use the magic. It's a simple logic. And if you don't use the magic, life will be tragic. Tomorrow, we meet at 7:30. With folded hands, I bow down to you.